Hi, everybody. I'm Alice Kerr, and Kelly Diedering's joining me in the kitchen, and we have the coolest thing from Elite.
Yes.
Elite really makes some of our best sellers right here at HSN, but this is not a slow cooker. This is not a fast cooker. This is an everything cooker.
Everything.
This is the multi-cooker. You can see right in front of me because frankly, I can hardly wait to get the chong. Fried chicken happening right in front of me. But here's what we've done. This is a 6.5 quart multi-cooker, and you're going to see some amazing things. But here's the thing. I have 1,500 of these to go around. It has never been at this price. Never. At $74.95. And for this hour only, we're going to do a big fat 5 flex payments. So this is, are you ready? Now I got to clear my throat for this one. $14.99 on your credit card to get this home. It's from Elite, so you know the quality, you know how simple it's going to be, and you know that this thing is going to work.
It is. This is high quality. This is Elite's multi-cooker. This has only aired once, and it was wildly successful. Alice, Elite is known for our #1 selling pressure cooker here at HSN. Now we're bringing to you a multi-cooker that is going to fry, that is going to roast, that will sear, that will caramelize, that will bake, that will steam, that will also slow cook. And it has a digital brain built into the front, so you don't have to do any math. All you do is press bake, or you press roast. It even has a rice feature built in so that all you have to do is put in rice, push the button that says rice, and walk away.
That's ridiculous.
I absolutely love this machine. It's going to be your next favorite. I just pulled out a 7-pound standing rib roast. Are you kidding me? We're going to let that rest for just a minute because you always want to let your meat rest. But at the exact same time, because we have this rack that comes included, by the way, we did our root veggies, our Brussels sprouts, our beautiful carrots, all roasted to perfection by pressing a button. So this machine is really going to take place of your oven, of your fryer, of your steamer. If you need a new slow cooker, it will slow cook as well. We did your favorite.
Yes, you did.
We did an entire fried chicken.
Wow.
That's why we love this machine.
It's summertime.
It's summer.
You gotta have some
grandma's recipe for her fried chicken. You can do whatever you want inside this machine. You don't have to get out your deep fryer. You can utilize it to do your fried chicken, to do your homemade French fries.
You could be doing donuts for breakfast, you know?
Got it.
Frying up your fresh donuts.
Look at that.
Right here with something that I just love it when I have one thing and it does everything. But you know, this is Elite. And when Elite does a programmable anything, they make it so easy, Kelly.
They give us a digital brain. It's basically a computer system built into your multi-cooker. It is all digital down front. We're going to go over the digital display, but you can see it's backlit, so it's easy to read. There's no teeny tiny numbers. I don't need to get out my readers to look at it. You can see that every little feature, every little function is built in. I'm going to go ahead and pop my fresh homemade French fries right inside here, because here's the thing. Normally, what would I have to do? Well, I'd have to get out my deep fryer if I wanted to do fresh homemade French fries. I'd be worried about them. Now, with the Elite multi-cooker, we're utilizing it. We can shallow fry in it. We can do grandma's recipe. We can do our roasts. We can utilize it for our chili, our soup, our stew. This machine actually does it all.
It does all of it. And by the way, I have the mandolin coming up next. So if you're thinking about maybe getting the mandolin and doing your own fries, whether it's sweet potato fries, which are a new favorite at my house.
And healthy.
And healthy, yeah, absolutely. But look at the capacity of what this holds. You can use a lot, you can cook a little, whatever you want to do. But if you want to do a lot, show the mac and cheese. Or are we going to cut into
we can cut into that rib roast real fast.
Well, I will never stand in the way.
I mean, this is what we're talking about when we talk about being able to utilize this for absolutely everything. This is our roast feature that's built right into the front. So all I did was I hit that roast button. But this is something something like Grandma would make. This is something she would have spent absolutely all day in the kitchen, slaving over a roast like this. And maybe because it's, you know, maybe you get a lesser expensive cut of meat and you do a pot roast and you utilize that slow feature and do that pot roast. But at the end of the day, it is going to do the most beautiful meat on that roast feature. You're going to use it to bake. It's basically a miniature oven that also fries, that also steams, that also slow cooks. This machine does it all, so maybe you're trying to get rid of a few things. How is that?
Oh, it's so good.
And we did our root veggies at the same time, and the pot that's 6.5 quarts comes out, and all you do is wipe it down. And you can throw it in the dishwasher if you like. It's completely dishwasher safe, but it's non-stick. You can see all you do is wipe it down.
Or you can make your sauce right in here.
Make your sauce right in the bottom.
So if you wanted a little au jus, if you want to do a little brown gravy, you know, maybe with a little
We've only dirtied one pot.
Right there.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, think of how simple this is going to be. One pot, clean it up, store one thing that does everything from frying.
Look at our beautiful homemade French fries going.
Rib roast there.
And then, of course, it's summertime. We're all doing these dishes, these casseroles. Maybe it's a lasagna. Maybe it's baked mac and cheese. Now, we put in our noodles from dry. We boiled our water, put a little cream, and then we were able to bake it after it was already cooked. So you're going to be doing your baking, your roasting, your casseroles, your chili, your soup, your stew, all in one machine, all with the touch of a single button. And by the way, because you're utilizing the 6.5 quarts of space and you're not using your giant box oven, which is intended for, you know, in all intents and purposes to dry things out, everything that comes out of the multi-cooker is going to be moist, juicy, tender, and it's all with the touch of a button. How is that? I mean, the mac and cheese is going to be creamy, and you can bake it. So traditionally, you'd get out a pot, you'd boil your water, you'd do your noodles, then you'd put something else in it to, you know, maybe get the cheese melted, then you'd put it in another dish to put it in the oven to bake it, not with the Infinity Cooker. Look what you're going to do with this. This is the ultimate multi-cooker.
And the pasta is cooked perfectly. Perfectly. It doesn't just fall apart. It's not mushy. I went to a restaurant the other night. I actually sent pasta back, and I need to do that. But it was so mushy in my mouth.
And you didn't want it. It was overcooked.
It was terrible. This is cooked perfectly.
It's cooked to perfection every time, and here is why. Elite is the king of digital brains. Built-in feature, so you don't have to know anything. You don't have to do math. Watch as I go right down front, right down to this digital brain. It's gorgeous. It's an LED display. I don't have to get out my readers to read it because it's very, very large. You just select what you're doing. You can see bake is built in right there. So that's already pre-programmed. Now, if I want to change the time and temperature, I absolutely can. That's for baking. There's that rice feature. If I want to move on to rice, all I do is select rice. How about my roast feature? All of these are preset built into the machine. There's a slow cooker on high or slow cooker on low. Then there's a keep warm feature. If I want to use it as a buffet warmer and keep my food warm, I can saute, which means I can get this up to 420 degrees and caramelize or brown it. There's my stew button and my steam function. It comes with a steaming rack, which will also double as your roasting rack. Everything comes included in one machine. What I was telling people when I was explaining this machine, I'm like, clear out a couple of those machines. Maybe it's your steamer, maybe it's your slow cooker that's under your cabinet, and replace it with the one that will do absolutely everything.
And it's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, this is going to stay right on your counter. You're going to use it and use it and use it. But when you can do everything from a meatloaf to the creamiest mac and cheese to fried chicken,
homemade French fries,
to your roast beef, you name it, you can bake in here. You can do everything in here. Now, here's what you're going to do. Is you're going to get this right now, $14.99 on a flex payment. That's insanity. Okay, but only for this hour, only for the next 27 minutes, are you going to get that 5 flex payments. We've never had it at this price. We have never done it with 5 flex payments. This is absolutely the time to get it home and get something you're going to use and not just something that you're going to store, okay? Because that is so frustrating. Now, this is the meatloaf, right?
This is the meatloaf. You can see this was 60 minutes. This is going to take place of an oven. This is your miniature version of your oven. Maybe you're somebody that has an RV. Maybe you're somebody with a college student that doesn't have a lot of space. Maybe you're somebody that knows somebody in assisted living that just needs one appliance device that does it all.
Everything could go in here.
Here's the thing, if you just do an online search, and I did it right before we came out, and I typed in multi-cooker, because essentially this is more than a multi-cooker, it does everything, but I just typed in multi-cooker, $100. Lowest price I could find, $100, $140 for a multi-cooker. This is a 6.5 quart multi-cooker with a computer digital brain built in, all non-stick on the inside by Elite, who we know and we love. Look what we've done.
I cannot believe you did this.
Oysters Rockefeller.
Oh,
hello.
Favorite.
Would you have, is it really?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. That's amazing. So we utilized our bake feature for these. You're going to use this for everything under the sun, and you're going to do all of your low and slow cooking in it as well.
Like salt in here?
Yeah, we did rock salt in the bottom, and then our Oysters Rockefeller, of course, has our spinach, our Parmesan cheese, a little liqueur, and then we put it on that bake feature for about 20-25 minutes, and that's what you get. You get absolutely gorgeous little hors d'oeuvres to serve. People are going to think you spent all day doing this. If you
it looks like you did.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean, look at that presentation. You know, this is going to be perfect whether you're doing just a big. I made some baked beans the other day, and I did it the old-fashioned way with molasses and onion and all that stuff. Imagine how they're going to taste in this. This is year-round, whether it's summertime foods you're going to do or whether it's chili season. You will use it, and then if you want to do your healthy foods in it.
Sure.
But we are crazy busy already with this, guys. Less than $15 on your credit card today. Get this home. But to be able to do everything from Oysters Rockefeller to a meatloaf to mac and cheese to fried chicken to a standing rib roast to baking
bread.
Now, I mean, this is everything.
Get rid of that old, big, giant bread maker that's maybe taking up so much room underneath your counter that you only use a couple times a year. This is going to bake your bread. You can actually bake right inside here. If you want to do a smaller loaf, you can. We've done a couple of loaves inside here. I like to cut into this one because it's chocolatey, but this bread is going to be moist. It's going to be tender. It's not going to be dried out. It's not a whole separate machine. You know, I know a lot of people that would get this and just utilize it as a bread maker and utilize that slow cook feature. But look at what you get. You now have a machine that's steaming, that's slow cooking, that's baking, that's doing your bread, that can fry deep or shallow. That, I mean, I can't think of, you know, any other way of cooking that will roast. That the steaming rack comes included. So that's why we're calling this a multi-cooker. It is the multi-cooker to kick any other multi-cookers behind. Because at the end of the day, I've never met one that was this large, that had these features, that was totally non-stick.
And to clean it, just pop that out.
Pop this out, take this to the dishwasher or rinse it out and take a little, you know, cloth and wipe it clean. It's very, very high quality non-stick.
Are included, so you're going to get the instruction book, but it includes some recipes as well. I love having the steamer rack included. That, to me, is the biggest thing. Do your veggies, steam your veggies, steam your fish, steam your shrimp, steam your salmon. This is absolutely going to do everything, including beautiful roast. Look at how. 2 5-pound, well, 4.5, to be fair, 2 4.5-pound chickens. One we did with lemon pepper. The other one we did as a barbecue. If you have, you know, finicky eaters and somebody doesn't like barbecue but they want something else, now you're able to do both ways. Because, I mean, when's the last time you had a countertop, essentially miniature oven that sat beautifully, that also did 2 full-size chickens to perfection? Your oven dries things out. It does. Because you can put liquid in the bottom of this, then you're really going to get that basting constantly happening. So your food is going to taste better. Look at the meat. Look how moist that is. Look at the moist breast here, the white meat. Look at how juicy and how tender. That's because we didn't place it in a giant oven, and the oven sat there for an hour and a half, 2 hours drying out your meat. With this, because we're in that small space, the moisture has only go back into the meat. There's nowhere else for it to go, but right back into the meat. And I know you're eyeing that, so I'm going to put some on a plate for you. But we were able to do 2 chickens. You can see right down in the bottom all that beautiful oil and that grease and those natural oils. We'll utilize that if we did want to do our own gravy. But look at the rack that comes included. You're going to use that rack to roast. You're also going to use that rack to steam. You could also use it to bake if you wanted to place bakeware on top of it. You're going to utilize that rack quite often. How's that taste? I've never had breast meat. More moist? No, never. That's why we love this unit. Never. Never. That's amazing. She's serious when she does that. You cannot believe, it's almost like it was steamed. Yeah, I mean, really? Yeah. The way that it utilizes that liquid, the way that you're going to be able to infuse the flavors, to put all of your herbs in here. It's what you can't do in an oven. It's what you can't do, and you're going to get the ability to do bread, to do beautiful chickens. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. And to you can fry, to do meatloaf, mac and cheese, and we haven't even finished down here.
And that's what I'm just showcasing is that menu. I chose roast for these chickens and I hit start. That's all I did. Roast and start. If I was steaming, I would choose steam and then start. Now, it has the ability so that you can actually program any time or any temperature. So if you're thinking, well, maybe I want to roast those, you know, for only 30 minutes or, you know, 20 minutes if I, you know, maybe want some meat a little bit rare, you can adjust the time and temperature. It is a miniature oven. It is an electric skillet. It's an electric stock pot.
Wow.
It's a steamer. It can do all, you know, I can't think of a way. I've used it to do popcorn. It gets hot enough to fry, pop popcorn. I mean, at the end of the day, this machine absolutely does it all. And that's why people get so excited about it. You can see the reviews. People are like, oh, wow, I did this, I did this, I did this. And we learn from you. And what we know you want is a machine that is multi-purpose and has that digital brain. That's what Elite is so famous for. Look at our brownie.
I can't believe you made a brownie.
Goodness.
Whatever, brownie marshmallow.
This is a brownie
heaven
topped with marshmallows and toffee crumbles. Look at this.
Oh gosh, that's crazy.
This was 350 degrees. All we did was select bake and we pressed start. We didn't even adjust the time. The time was already set for us. All I did was I put in my pre-done brownie mix. I'm not somebody that always does stuff from scratch. Sometimes I do the little boxes and I put it inside and then we're good to go. That's for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let me tell you what, guys, with the 5 flex payments of $15, get this home and try it for the next 28 days and see if you don't go to right here. Because this is going to be that simple solution. It's going to save you money by not having to heat up that oven. It's going to cook everything better. And it's going to cook everything that you can imagine. And then a few things, because I hadn't thought about the brownie marshmallow toffee thing. I mean, how crazy is it to be able to do everything from baking to frying to roasting to steaming, all of it for $15 on your credit card. Never been this price. I'm pretty sure it would never, ever be.
Last time we aired it, it was an extra $15.
Yes, it was, and it was definitely not on 5 flex payments. This is just absolutely one of those great days. This is Elite. It's simple, it's easy, it's great quality, and it's great food.
And we're going to do stir fry. So that's what I'm talking about. When we talk about the ability to utilize this for absolutely every meal you can think of, we set this to saute. There's a button that's programmed to already saute your food for you. You can see it's non-stick. It gets warm on the bottom. It gets warm on the sides. You have that heating element all the way around. This is high quality by Elite. You can see our shrimp are starting to cook. You're going to let those sit for just a few minutes, and I'm going to add a few veggies for my stir fry. So at the end of the day, utilize this for low and slow. Do your short ribs, you know, low and slow all day long, 6-8 hours. Use it as your slow cooker. And then instead of getting out a frying pan, utilize it as an electric skillet. Utilize it as an electric stock pot. Utilize it to bake your brownies or your bread. Utilize it to do your roasting. I mean, just do a quick search online for, you know, MultiCooker, something that has the ability to do multiple functions. I want you to come back and talk to us. You're talking $100 easily, and that's for a really inexpensive one. You're talking $100, not with Elite. Elite is going to give you absolutely the highest quality, but just at a better deal because HSN is able to do that.
This is your electric skillet. This is your wok. This is your fryer.
Yep.
This is your baker. This is your bread maker. This is your roaster. This is everything that you can imagine because it does it all. But being able to get it home at $15 and try it and see if you don't make everything, every meal for the next 2 weeks is going to be made right here, simply, easily. You made this great big thing of rice.
So
it's your rice cooker,
It's your rice cooker. And that's what I want to talk about because we purposely just made plain white rice because most people like to utilize just their plain white rice because they like to add their proteins to it and their veggies. But watch down here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And I'm just going to showcase all I do. I go to that menu button and I go where it says rice. Now, rice is blank because it's already programmed for the time and temperature. All I do is I pop in my rice from totally dry rice grains, and then I put in just about 1 to to 1 of my liquid. So that could be water or broth or whatever you want to do as your liquid. And I get to perfection. All I do is I put my lid on top. Exactly about 25, 26 minutes, I have the most beautiful, perfectly done rice with every single grain as individual as the last. This is your rice cooker. This is going to do rice for you so perfectly, and then you're going to utilize it the next day for your roast, and then maybe the next day for your baking. And that's why people get so excited about a machine, that when we purposely call that multi-cooker. But if you did want to do low and slow and you want to do your ribs all day long, or you want to do a chili or a white bean kale soup, you can do that with this machine as well.
Meantime,
it's that versatile.
Listen to the sizzle.
Yep.
Listen to the way that you're able to use this like a wok, able to use this like your electric skillet. Why would you buy something that does one thing when you can buy one thing that does everything?
Absolutely, and that's the point, Alice. If you're somebody that doesn't like to get out this, get out the stove pot, get it all messy, splattering everywhere. Now you have one machine that's going to do your stir fry. It's going to do, your large cuts of meat, your roast, your chicken, your
marshmallow topping, ridiculous, fabulous concoction. Thank you so much.
I'm going to save you some food.
You do have your choice of black and white. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. But whatever one you choose, you have only the next few minutes to take advantage of the 5-click.
Thanks, Alice.
Thank you so much.